Columns. The emphasis is columns here. Rows. Rows. What are we trying to do? Find the range cell address. Here's your cell address based on, in this particular case, some hypotheticals. No duplicate numbers are allowed at F9. The only thing that's moving here is the automakers, because if we have any duplicates, this thing will blow up. Recognize we have this @ sign. What's the importance? I'll explain. Here, we're going to have a whole bunch of different answers to this hypothetical. We have max, we have min, we're going to have row. How do we compute the row? Some product row, row, column. We're going to do this column deal. This cell address, row, column, address, row, row. This is one. Here's the formula. A lot of stuff there. Here's the narrative. Let me show you what we're doing here. Brad Williams, XL Prime, get cell address of list. This is going to be a little bit of work here. We have 3 different examples. 2 pretty straightforward, and the third is going to be a little bit of work. The first is find the row. Find the row of, well, first find the max. Find the max in this list here. All we have is automakers, just some random stuff. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It doesn't really mean a lot. All we're going to do is shoot for finding the max. Well, max is pretty simple. We have a name range inventory 646, which represents C5 to C13. We're going to go inventory 646. Max is going to find 1,000, or is that 10,000? All right, then everything else from there is based off of, we want to find the row number of this particular max in the column. Here, we're going to use this sum product inventory equals max inventory 646 and row inventory minus row to determine this thing. In short, this is what we're going to do. We're going to look at this thing from a row perspective first. I'm just going to give you a few clues. The 1,000 is going to be at the actual row 9. This is how it works. Inventory 646 is equal to max inventory. We're looking at row 9. Row inventory 646. The down and dirty on this thing is, look here, F9, and we're going to have a whole bunch of false, 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 falses. And there's going to be a true in here. What we have to do is open this up, and you're going to see a true right here. Then we have to go here to row, 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 and go F9, F9. In short, we're going to go 1 times, and then do this. And we want to wrap this whole thing in here. See what we're going to get? We're going to get this big old long 009. It's the row. That's the row. Minus row 646, F9. And this is going to be the relative row. F9, 5, 6. We have to pick the first row. So we got 9 minus 5, 4 plus 1. Got it? We have to pick the first 5. We pick the first row number, and that's going to be 5. 9, 5, 4, okay? We're going to do the same thing with column. Here, just look at this. We got to start over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're at column 5, relative row 3. 5 minus 3 plus 1 is going to give us 3. That's going to get us here. In terms of the cell address, we're not referencing any of this 1,000, 5, or 30. We're looking at this entire, what are name ranges, C5 to C13. We just want to identify it, and it gets pretty hairy. Just keep in mind what we just did in terms of finding our row and finding our column. Here, we're going to find C5 to I13. And the breakdown here is, so let's just read this. The Excel's address function, and we're going to use address. Down here, we're going to reference this from this point forward. Here's the max anatomy. Here's the row anatomy. Here's the column anatomy. We've used this repeatedly. Here's the address. Address returns a cell address as text. Then we're going to have the normal rows and columns to deal with. Excel address function in conjunction with the row and column function can be used to find the complete address of a name range. Here's the equation, and then it's a lengthy equation. Here's the talking points. The address function returns the address of a cell based on a row and column value. Unfortunately, the formula becomes fairly complex since we must use address twice, once to find the address of the first cell in the list, and again to find the address of the last cell in the list.
Be sure to check out all of our Excel courses. Excel data and text manipulation. We have an advanced beginners and intermediate course. Excel essentials. This is for individuals new to Excel. We have an advanced, excellent beginners, level 1 and level 2, and intermediate level course. Excel formulas, formulas only. We have a beginner, an advanced, and an intermediate level course. Click on any of the links. There's a short video that explains everything about the course. Check it out.
Using concatenation and the range operator, the two results are joined together to get the results. Here, if you notice, here's the semicolon right here. You notice we're looking at references. We're referencing, the first part's going to be our row, and the second will be our column. To find the first cell within a list, we use the following expression: address, at row. We have to put the ats in there. We need to keep this thing from spilling all over the place. So we're using the intersect to manage this ridiculous spill feature. Row returns the first row number linked to the specified list. That's why I went so fast in this row and column, because over here in this second argument, we had that list of columns. We select the first. The same here with this row inventory. We select the first row. Same with column, delivers the number of the first column associated with the list, which is 2. With absolute number 4, address returns the value. Okay, what's this absolute here? If we look at address, we're going to have a row number, a column number, and this absolute number. Here we have a bunch of choices. We chose 4, which is a relative value. Relative value. 1 would be absolute, 2 would be mixed, 3 would be, I'll print that out for you. What we have here is this C5. If we go in here, you see the C5, how it's relative? That's just based on this number 4. If we change this to 2, if this to 2, you're going to see, well, I won't print it. Here are the options. You put 1, you're going to get absolute. 2, absolute row, relative column. Relative row, absolute column, and then relative. Here, we're going to see, well, we'll just go 1. We'll go 1, and then it's going to show as, you see how now it's showing as absolute? It's purely appearance. So then we put back to 4, it's relative. And we're going to do the exact same thing with the I3. And if we look here, we're going to go row, here F9, and we're going to get 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, as the rule says, based on the address, we're going to pick 5. And then we use column, absolute, F4, F9, and see, our address is going to go 5, 3. So it's saying 5, 3 is going to be 5. You're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 3, 1, 2, 3. Notice we're not using relative. We're just using the normal table. That's all we're doing here. We're using cell. We're not doing anything fancy. We're going to do the exact same thing over here, but we have to find the last. Here we have to go row, inventory, plus row, minus 1. So we know row is going to be 5. So we're going to go 5 plus row inventory minus 1. So here we're going to go F9. So you know where we're going here. We're going to go 5 plus 5 minus 1. You see that? Well, we know row is going to be 5. What we're doing, we're just going 5 plus 5 minus 1. And what is that going to give us? That's going to give us 9. It's going to take us down here to, let's see here, 5 plus 5 minus 1, F9. And, okay, my bad. I was looking at row and row. All right, we know this is going to be 5. 5, F9. And then, you know, because we're selecting this first one here. And then rows. I didn't see rows. And you know what rows does? Rows returns the row number of all cells. We're just saying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's going to give us 9. All right, that makes it really nice. You know, 5 plus 9 is 14 minus 1. F9. Here we got 9. That's going to give us 13. 13. Exact same thing with column. What are we going to see here? Column and columns. So we're going to see 1, 2, 3, and then columns. We're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to have 3 plus 9 minus 1. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, F9. If all else fails. So we have 3, and then columns F9 should be 7. Where do I learn how to count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You gotta start where you placed your plant, where you placed your flag. Okay, and then we're gonna minus 1. Then we're gonna use the relative reference. Got that? So we have 3 plus 7 minus 1. That's going to take us down here to, we're going to take us over here to I. So in the end, we have C5, I3. You can see it's a little bit of work, okay? Break it down if you need to. F9 this thing to death until you can see it. Reread this over here. Reread this. There's an indirect example I didn't fuss with. But start here and then work down and just take it slow, piece by piece, and walk away when you get tired. And then come back to it. And if it takes 3 or 4 attempts, that's fine. Brad Williams, XL Prime.